Hey, what's up guys? Alex here, and as promised I'm back to do my vinyl update. I think this is number 21 now, and yeah, it's been a while since I've showed any new vinyl, I know, and as I mentioned in my video I've just done, my response to Luke's thread, just been a very quiet time for me in buying vinyl. I've been trying to, I've been listening to a ton of music, that's for sure, going back through my collection, downloading a lot of music, a lot of new releases, a lot of new albums, and I've had, having a really great time discovering new music, all the time, and just haven't had the funds, haven't had the money to buy a lot of new vinyl recently. Had to be very kind of picky and selective on what I pick up, especially since record store day and spending quite a bit on that. And yeah, I've got a couple of 2012 releases to show today. Both of these actually kind of blew me away, I have to say. I think come the end of the year, both of these will be on my list of maybe top 10 albums of the year. They're both amazing. Both just yeah, impressed me massively, so can't wait to show them. I've also got a book to show, which I'm going to show quickly first. Playing in the background is Bon Iver's second album, which I just showed in my thread response. And yeah, it's been a while since I spun this on vinyl. I've been listening to it through my headphones, so wanted to play it again out of the speakers. And yeah, I'll go ahead and show these. Well, I'll start off with the book. I've also got a CD quickly to show, which I don't think I've shown yet. So yeah, so this book is I picked it up for 99p actually on eBay. Yeah, it's I mentioned in my last video, I haven't had a lot of time recently. I've been tied up with exams and revising for those. I've had not a lot of free time. I've been able to listen to a lot of music because I can kind of put it on in the background while I work, and it's kind of helps me actually. Music is definitely something that helps me focus. It always has been. But in terms of other things, reading is it's been one of the things I've had to drop, and I've never been a great reader, but I do enjoy reading from time to time, music related books, and this one just caught my eye, and it was 99p on eBay, and I picked up this. This is The Lives of John Lennon by Albert Goldman. Biography released sometime in the 80s, I think, 80s or 90s. Pretty thick book, as you can see. I'm only about 30 pages in, so I can't really comment too much on the content of this. And I guess I kind of maybe slightly bought it for collectible reasons. This could be kind of collectible, I guess, in 50 years' time. It was released, as I say, I think in the 80s or 90s, and it was a pretty controversial book, I believe. Even reading, just 30 pages of this has kind of shattered a lot of my preconceptions on John Lennon as a person. I know quite a bit about him as a musician. I know quite a lot about the Beatles, but I'm still quite shady on my knowledge of him as a person and as a personality. And this, first 30 pages of this, have certainly opened my eyes to a different John Lennon for sure. The first bit is set in 1979, obviously just a year before he was killed. And he's living there in New York with Yoko, and it seems to me that he had a very had kind of a double personality. What was projected publicly, and maybe what he was like with Yoko, and behind the scenes with Sean and the people he was closest to. And it's just opened my eyes to a different person, and it's just fascinating to read. I would seriously recommend reading this if you're into John Lennon. If you're interested in his life, or you're into the Beatles, then this would be a good read, and just cost me 99p, so I couldn't really resist it. This CD, I don't think I've shown before. I'm not going to talk about it because I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't even played it yet. But I think I got given this. This is Paul Simon, So Beautiful or So What. And yeah, this is his most recent release. I think this was released last year, or it could have been this year, I can't quite remember. But yeah, I haven't heard this, I haven't played this through yet. I'm kind of looking forward to it, because I am a Paul Simon fan. I've talked about Graceland in previous videos and how much I love that album. And obviously this is his latest effort. I don't know what he's doing nowadays, what his sound's like, but yeah, this is his latest album, So Beautiful or So What. I don't know how I actually ended up getting this, I just found it on my shelf. But yeah, that's Paul Simon. So I'll get into these records now, just two to show, and as I say, both just blew me away. This first one I picked up just 2 days ago. I went into the record store. I made £120 at the weekend, which I was pretty happy with, so I thought I'll treat myself and I'll buy a record. It'd been a while, so yeah, this was this is great. This really is a great album. And I picked up Beach House's 2012 album, and this is Bloom. Bloom. Released in May, I believe, the middle of May, so it's only been out under a month, and yeah, this is just amazing stuff. If you haven't heard this yet, this is being talked about quite a bit at the moment. It's obviously a recent album, so it's getting reviewed, and it's getting a lot of positive reviews. I know a lot of people are comparing this to Beach House's previous works, especially their album before this, which was, I believe it's called Teen Dream. Obviously I can't really do that comparison because I haven't heard Teen Dream. I'm very, very eager to hear it now after hearing this, and if some people saying that Teen Dream is superior to this, then I most definitely want to hear it, because this right here blew me away. It really did. As I say, I've only had it a couple of days, so I'm still listening to it. I think I've played this through twice. It came with a download card, so it's on my iPod as well, and yeah, it just keeps getting better on every listen, and it's just a really dreamy pop music, I would say. It's not, obviously not mainstream pop in any sense of the word, but it's the tunes are catchy, they do get stuck in your head. Just some really interesting melodies on this. Very, very ambient, very spacey, and very dreamy music. And if you're into that kind of sound, then this is an essential pickup for sure. And yeah, just a really nice pressing on this as well. I was really blown away by the pressing. Pretty thick package, as you can see. Came with inner sleeves, which kind of was quite surprising to discover, but I guess it gives extra protection to the record. You've got lyrics on the inside sleeves, and then these graphics on the outside sleeves. Double LP, and it comes with a CD copy, which I can't quite find. Yeah, it comes with a CD copy of the album, and just a really nice pressing. Sounds amazing on my turntable. And yeah, I'd recommend this to pretty much everybody in the community. And I don't really know whether it's as good as Teen Dream. I just know that it's a great album, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's really made me want to go out and find out more about this band, buy some more of their stuff. And Teen Dream is, I've seen it in the record store, and I think next week I'm going to maybe go back there and pick it up, because yeah, it's just great to discover bands like this. And I saw them on Later with Jules Holland the other day. They were on that show, which is a music program broadcast in the UK, hosted by Jules Holland, and they were playing on there, and that was my first kind of exposure to them, and it was really the catalyst in making me want to buy the album, because it was quite expensive. It was like £20 for that album. So yeah, seeing them on Jules Holland really blew me away, and I wanted to pick up the album. So that's Bloom, and as good as that album was, I think this next one just blows it out of the water completely. This is by far my favourite album of the year so far. And you guys might be quite surprised that I'm really that into this, but it's Death Grips' Money Store. This is Death Grips, the Money Store, should I say. And yeah, wow, this is some seriously insane stuff right here. I don't really know what to say about it. It's labelled as experimental hip hop. I think most people are labelling it under that that genre. But I don't think you can really put a label on this. It's so far out there that I don't really know. You know, it incorporates so many different influences. It's very, very experimental, and yeah, it's just incredible music. I really can't say enough about this. And yeah, you guys probably don't really associate me with would associate me with death grips or hip hop in general. It's not something I've I guess warmed to, gravitated to in the past. It's really been this year that I've discovered, you know, some really wonderful hip hop albums, and try to kind of open my mind to albums like this. And I'm so glad I have, because this album right here is certainly going to be. I can't see anything surpassing this year for me. I think this is going to get it hands down. When come the end of the year, this is going to be my favorite album. And originally, I was interested by this album, but I think the thing that made me want to hear it more was when Anthony Fantano, The Needle Drop, he gave this album a 10 out of 10, and I've never seen him before give a 10 to an album. And yeah, I guess that's the reason I wanted to buy it on vinyl. So I waited. I listened to a few songs on SoundCloud, and then took the plunge and picked up the vinyl copy. And yeah, I think, you know, when we look back in maybe 20 years' time to the great, you know, kind of defining albums, I think this is going to be, for sure, this is going to be one of them. Especially in hip hop, you know, you look back at some of the defining albums of hip hop. You look back to Wu-Tang Clan's 36 Chambers. Obviously, that's another album that I've heard recently and just blew me away as well. But I think that this is kind of a 21st century equivalent to that, even though it's completely different. I think it's going to be one of those game-changing albums for the genre of hip hop, and I just hope that the Death Grips go on to release more stuff like this, because I don't think it's going to get old for a long time. And yeah, pressing is pretty nice. I don't know if it's their first major label release. I know they had a mixtape out last year called Ex-Military, which is another album that you should check out. Many people cite that as one of the best albums of last year. But this is released on Epic, and a nice pressing on this. Nice sleeve. Got the very striking image there on the sleeve. Lyric sheet, and a download card. The only thing I would say about it is that the hole on the record, just hold on. You know, the hole that goes on the goes on the to put the record on the turntable. This hole was too small for my to put on the table. I had to kind of force it on, which was really strange. I was like, that's never happened before, but I really had to kind of work to get it on the table, which I was kind of worrying originally, because I thought it was going to break either the record or the turntable. And I don't know if that's just my copy that's like that, but it was just kind of a bit of a weird thing to find. It's no problem. I mean, I could get it on there and play the record, but it's the first time that's happened. But can't say enough about this. If you haven't heard it, it's on SoundCloud. You can listen to it. You can stream it for free. So I'll put a link in the description so you can hear it. I know some people have shown this already in the community. But if you can get your hands on a copy of the vinyl, then I would definitely recommend it. It's, yeah, an insane album, and so many amazing hooks, so many great, you know, amazing beats, and going to be one of those albums that I keep coming back to. So that's the two finds, both of which have just taken me aback, I guess, this past couple of months, and I've just been listening to them so much. But that's it for now. As I say, you know, over the summer, hopefully I'll get some funds together, get some money put aside, and I can go out and buy many more records. There's still so many things that I need to get on vinyl that I just haven't found. I haven't got the chance to buy yet. So expect a lot more from this channel over the summer. We've just got one more exam coming up now, and after that, you know, I can get back on focusing on videos and record buying. So I actually, you know, I can't wait. And absolutely loving everything that's going on in the community. You know, all the threads, all the videos that are going up. Still having wonderful time watching everybody, and community's still growing. So it's great to see. In the meantime, guys, keep doing what you're doing, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks, guys.